Hello everyone, I am May Youssef, Matrix Public Relations Manager, and I'm very happy to be with you on our third Ask Matrix video. In this video today, we're going to have two parts. The first part will be questions and answers, and the second part will be about our updates and news, and we have a very important announcement and introduction for a new team member. So this week, as usual, we received a lot of questions and we decided to discuss with you two main issues. The first issue will be the technical design framework for consensus, node election, and smart contracts. The second issue will be hardware to run a node capable of 1000 TBS. So the first question was, despite the great answers from team, it seems like each week we are left with new questions. Would you be able to release complete yellow papers detailing completely the technical design framework for consensus, node election, and smart contracts? Well, I think for this question, the answer will be clearly that the scope of our technology is always evolving with the new concerns. For example, in order to prevent renting out processing to support a 51% attack, we have changed the rules of our verification mechanism, in which case publishing the original documentation would have confused everyone. Another example is related with the 11 verifier supernodes. Our team ran simulations to evaluate the best method for preventing fraud or an EOS-like vulnerability. As a result, the project team identified the Dark Guardian rule as an effective deterrent against DDoS attacks. We also introduced an impeachment mechanism for further security. Or even considering our consensus algorithm, we are pursuing a combined CPU-like, GPU-like solution. But current encryption algorithms are vulnerable to pooled mining attacks. We are currently collaborating with a famous manufacturer of Bitcoin mining hardware on a custom AI chip. But in the meantime, we need to consider the possibility of ASIC processing attacks. So our technology team is currently taking an integral approach to consider related issues. We witnessed a prior example with another project who was collaborating with this manufacturer, but the technical team misidentified an ASIC-like algorithm when it was, in fact, a GPU-like algorithm. As a result, the investors lost a lot of money. So I hope that answers your question. For the second question, what hardware do you think will be required in September and December to run a node capable of 1000 transactions per second? We are currently using Dell R73 as a test nodes, which meets the 1000 transactions per second requirement. You can achieve sustainable TBS against by clustering. We are using a VU7B plus ZU21DR FPGA prototype chip. The ZU21DR component is composed of ARM Cortex A53 supercolor processor. This supports a 2-miner and verifier node, and this setup has already reached 50,000 transactions per second. Remember everyone, all the questions and answers will be uploaded to our GitHub page. So if you wanna, again, see the details of all the questions from this week and last week's, you always can visit our GitHub page. So now for the second part, our news. For this week, our technical team have reached a lot of new improvements. So we have finalized the functional design of several modules and completed the related documents. The Blockchain Explorer, the RPC framework, and how to support both TCP and UDP, discovery and joining of nodes Docker involved. The miners, we have a signature verification, and for the Masternode verification, POS transaction, and block verification. That was for our technical news. And for our business news, we have Matrix Senior Vice President, Mr. John Ju, and he has a very interesting announcement for everyone. Here.
Yep. We hope everybody enjoyed the yesterday's football match, and it's amazing. So we have started to the submission and review the process with the IEC, International Electronical Commission, to establish a blockchain technical committee. It will be to design the development standards for the blockchain community worldwide, and we will be started from focus on supply chain and include the OBOR's project, of course. Thank you.
Okay, all right. So we've already started like the review process with the IEC, the International Electronical Commission, to establish a blockchain technical committee. Yeah, and the goal of this committee will be design development standards for the blockchain community worldwide. Well, that's a good news, and maybe we'll hear more updates about this in the future. Here, everyone, we have Mr. Francisco Artiga, our new member. He joined Matrix recently, and he is our Senior Strategic Communication Manager. Hi, Francisco.
Hello, thank you for the introduction. Hi, everybody. I just wanted to talk a little bit about my role here in the growing team. And because of the scope of the Matrix project has a lot of international partners, we're looking at the entire communications infrastructure needed, not only in communicating with our community, but also building a lot of materials to provide to developers, whether it's developing international standards or working with partners, governments. There's a lot of supporting materials needed. So I'll have a kind of broad strategic role within the team to communicate that with our English-speaking partners. And
well, very happy to have you. Well, I think it's time to ask you, what is the most exciting part about working for Matrix so far?
Yeah, you know, it is a big decision to come across the Pacific Ocean and join this team, but very excited to, when I finally got here to the office, met our team, now over 50 people, and but what really attracted me was the leadership. I think that what's unique about this project is it's deeply rooted in academia, and so we see a lot of that, the rigor of the scientific process that you don't necessarily see in other tech companies. So I see a commitment to a long-term roadmap and to really building all of the necessary supporting components to realize a vision on this scale. And but you know, I think personally one of the most exciting things is the green mining mechanism. Using MCMC algorithms has transformed big data and statistical analysis, and this as a mining mechanism, it's not only about a smarter blockchain, it's really a movement to logically utilizing our computing power, bringing together a community. And then when you look at the ecosystem that we're looking to build on top of this blockchain, we're looking at a new form of computing, collaboration, and it's just tremendously exciting.
Well, thank you so much, Francisco. Well, thank you, everyone. And in the end of our video, I would like to thank Francisco and Mr. John, and thank our community and fans for your amazing support and enthusiasm. Matrix is an open source blockchain that will help human welfare in so many cases. Green mining is only one of our many interesting features that differentiate us from all other technologies out there. Our work and success will continue to grow through your participation and contributions. Follow us and find all our news on Matrix. And well, we're waiting for more questions from you at question@matrix.space. And we'll see you next week. Have a good day.